soon, but as most of you, all of you already know, we have a very special tournament that's coming up this weekend, and it happens to fall on a very special year, right? This is the 25th year of Eternal Grandmaster's passing. So to celebrate that, I've asked a few of our seniors, and if anybody wants to just follow along through, is just come up and give a quick personal story that they have about Eternal Grandmaster, maybe something inspirational, motivational, something funny and comical. So Presiding Grandmaster MK decided he's going to kick us off. So let's share those stories, because I'm sure there's lots of people here that never met him, that have the honor and privilege, in my opinion, to meet him. So the only way that we're going to be able to kind of know him a little bit more is to hear these stories from those that come to spend those moments with him. So please give your attention to Presiding Grandmaster MK, and then I think Grandmaster Crusoe has some stories. Grandmaster Jaeger, I'm sure you've got some great stories of Eternal Grandmaster.
Okay, you know that our family, 6 boys, 1 sister, and but actually in our whole family, we had actually, everybody knows that Eternal Grandmaster actually was oldest, but actually we had another brother older than him, and he was lost in action during the Korean War. So then Grandmaster actually became the eldest of our family, our brothers. And Korean tradition, if you are an eldest, whether you're a brother or sister, then you're supposed to take the big responsibility of looking after all the siblings, younger brothers and sisters. And when he was grown up, that he was always like that. He was having a very heavy load and about our family, and always taking care of younger brothers. And family was grown up is very also very poor. Our family, and my father and mother was a farmer, and they went to work before their sunrise, and they always come back after they can see the stars. And they still had a hard time putting the 3 meals on the table, and very, very big kids, and you know how your kids eat when they're young, and also had a very, very big appetite. And the reason I say this is that when we all were grown up, he always took the position of a disciplinary type of position of all the brothers. And then I just wanted to share that his story with you is that when I was very young, like I was only like 6 years old, and he went to America, and I was youngest, and he was trying to chasing his dream about studying ATA. At the time, he didn't know it was going to call ATA, but he studied it. Then, about a year later, he got deported. I don't know if you guys ever know that, because he was working as a legal agent. He came to the United States as a visitor's visa, but he got caught and he got deported to Korea. And when he came back, that's when I started to realize that how tough, how strong, disciplinarian he was. Because when I was young and he didn't do anything, but when I get to 87, boy, he was tough. He would not let anything go wrong in our house, and that's when I started having memory of it. And I guess he learned it about Korean, the American culture. And at that time, he came and teaching all of us that you're following the American etiquette and cultures. And when we eat together, he said that make sure don't make any noise while you're eating the soup. But you know, I don't know if you guys have been to Korea.
Yes, sir.
The Koreans,
Yeah.
when they eat the soup, they slurp. They make a noise, and that's culture. That shows how really you enjoy the food or the soup. But American culture was totally different, right? So we used to, eating the soup like that, make a slurp and just enjoying it every time he get one of this.
Oh.
Noogies. He just dunk us and try to teach us lesson. And you know what? And that was the moment, always I remember, that terrifying moment, right? But what was also very nice, is that after he did one of this, right? Then that moment is over, that evening, all of our younger brothers, they just cannot wait until the evening comes. Because he goes out and he comes back, he always brings a whole bunch of goodies. Bag full of the goodies, and give us as gesture of, this isn't too bad. He tried to make a gesture of peace between all the brothers. Again, I just shared this story with you, and that was his personality and character. At any given time, that also when I came to the United States, he always did that. He was a very strong disciplinarian. Maybe you all know him as a visionary, but also that he was no different. When I came to the United States, he was always very strong. But at the same time, he always, after he yelled at me or something like that, he asked me to come to his office. And now he's doing his mastery work. Soft, talking to me. The reason why he had to do that, and he make it up. He never made any of the brothers stay mad forever. So again, I just wanted to share that with this story because I have never shared this story with the Turnberry Master about this story to anyone. But again, hope that all of you, I want to apply that to you. Throughout the training, apply the strong discipline to yourself. But yet, do not forget to forgive yourself. Always tell yourself how good you are, no matter what kind of situation comes in, how tough situation we're in. Okay? So again, everybody enjoy, and again, thank you very much for being here. Where are you?
I'll do a couple minutes, I gotta get going. After I heard that story about the farmers, once Grandmaster Kremke said how they work hard and how they don't make any money and things like that. I'm a farmer.
Before you go, last time when I visited his farm, everything was AI. He just pushed the button, he just does about all the farm.
So now you know how rough farmers have it. But this 25 years, and to know Grandmaster Lee Chu Lee, we were all that knew him were very, very privileged to know him. I mean, to work out with him, he was just kind of one of a kind. If you needed something, he was there. He said one time, "You're not on an island." He says, "You're with me." He says, "And we'll get you through. I have trouble in one of my clubs." And yeah, he talked to me, and he just always got me through it. Being a farmer, I could take things from like Taekwondo, what I learned from him, and I could apply it to my farm, to work hard, to do it the right way the first time. And yeah,
he was a great guy, and you look around here in the ATA, you know, it wouldn't have been what it is if it wasn't for him. You know, we're reaping all the benefits. I remember, I never told this story before, in Omaha, where we tested, and the only school was, you know, you walked in one door, doors on each side, little desk in the middle. This was headquarters then, and curtains in the back where their uniforms were. And you had a lady sitting here, I think her name was Jackie Nagel, who was the first lady she employed in his office. And then Dick Reed's office was over there, and a guy named Barry Lehan, I don't know if you remember. Yep. But, you know, when he came, we Taekwondo, karate, I mean, everything was new. I mean, he had to prove not just how good, I mean, he was the best of the best in the Koreans. He was a fantastic technician, and everybody knew it. Our biggest, you go down to his schools, and some of the biggest, his biggest competition, now we think of, oh, another karate school here, and another Taekwondo and jiu-jitsu over here. He would always have people come in from back then. I mean, he had to prove that the Taekwondo was a martial art that could really protect you. And so him and Master Reed, they said, how can we do this? The biggest competition they had there was probably Golden Gloves boxing. Back then, that was a big thing, and yeah, it was part of pretty good self-defense. But Grandmaster H.U. Lee had a lot of students, and a lot of people would always come in from the boxing area and say, what is this karate stuff? And one of the jokes back then is, yeah, we'll meet you in a phone booth. You know, then you can't kick, you know, a little phone booth. So that was always a joke they always had, well, we'll meet you in the phone booth. And then, so Grandmaster Lee and Master Reed knew that they had to show how good Taekwondo really was. And they were good. So they had their students, and then they had one student, it was a European championship, and he took home 3 gold medals for the ATA. So I mean, the ATA really proved itself how good all the technicians really were. I mean, they had, you know, you look back and you look at Grandmaster Hallmark and so on. I mean, we just had some great technicians that built. We talked about history this week, and you know, them guys really worked hard. And then the Karate for Kids came, and it really took off. And we had the best of the best back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. And I know Grandmaster Crusoe too. He can remember all that. But we had some. We had great seniors. We had a great leader. Don't ever forget, you know, where we came from, and that's, you know, basics. That's what H.U. Lee taught us, and so don't forget that. You know, we can't forget where we came from, because that our tradition, hard work that Grandmaster H.U. Lee did, that's all through all of us. So don't ever forget him. And, you know, some of us had the opportunity to work with him. He was a great guy. He's just an absolutely great guy. Good friend.
I know when I start, this phone will go off. We enjoy our time together? A nice social evening, right? Thank you, Senior Master Taekwondo Lee and your staff, and Grandmaster for providing this. Give these guys a hand. We got got so many stories, but the gentleman that's on that wall up there, I'm always blessed and grateful to have had his friendship and his mentorship as an instructor for almost 25 years. So one of the stories, I think Chief Master Scowls was probably just the first 3 black belt, maybe, first 3 or second black recommended. And we, for many years, I would bring Grandmaster, and sometimes Mrs. Lee would attend with me when she could, but she was home being a mother to Lisa and Taekwon, and sometimes she would attend, and it was always special. But one time, Grandmaster came to our testing, and we were preparing great testing, and I wanted to do something different. I wanted to highlight my students and show him that you could stop my student anywhere in testing, in the middle of the form. The floor conductor would say, stop, and we would ask you, what's the name of that form, man? Or the name of the technique? And he would say, low block set, or twin low block. And we had a gentleman, his name was Joe Bruneblock, who was doing it in WAT 1, and the square block was in there. And Scott Scowls remembers it. So he's standing there, and the floor conductor stopped and said, Mr. Bruneblock, what's the name of that move? And he's pausing. Joe, he practices for 2 weeks during pre-testing. Grandmasters wouldn't want to hear the right answer. He turns and looks at Grandmaster and said, mental block, sir. I'm sitting right next to Grandmaster. He taps me underneath his leg. He says, he leans over and says, I like this guy. And Joe was so embarrassed. And Joe's about 235 pounds, 6'3", big guy. He felt so bad. So Grandmaster grabbed him after and said, you know what, I never considered that, but I might think about changing that. And he had a good sense of humor, and I was so grateful for that. And that's something I always remember. It's a funny story. We've got a more serious story, just to show you his compassion of wanting every one of us to be successful in early careers. There was some early, probably 85, 86, he came and brought Mrs. Lee with him. I picked him up at the airport. Now this is before we have cell phones, GPS, right? So, taking the testing, and I had just made 6th degree mastership. So I had my white silks, he brought his silks, and I wanted to emulate the ceremony, because it was very special. If you all go through the ceremony, which you will, and some of them in here have gone beyond that, going through that mastership for the first time, and I remember sitting there with Grandmaster Tammy, and we were sitting, they had us hidden before we had to go up and speak in front of them at the convention center. And she put her hand on me. Is she here? No, I'm shaking, she's shaking. She looked at me, she says, I would have rather done board break and test it again than go up there and speak again, because we were so nervous. It was very cool. But it goes through your heart, your mind, your legacy, what you've done, and how you got to where you are in the organization. So I brought Grandmaster and Mrs. Lee up, and I wanted to kind of duplicate that in my school with my black belts. I had 4 black belts testing for 1D. And we had this process. You're going to light a candle. You're going to sign a scroll. We're going to put a spotlight on you. And you're going to be in front of the Grandmaster and me, and you could say something. And at the time, we had a small gong. Ding! That's what it sounded like. Ding! That was great, no problem. He never said a word to me, anything. So a year later, I invite him back. He says, are you going to do that ceremony? I said, yes, sir. Okay. He gets off the plane with Mrs. Lee, he hands me this piece of paper. There's an address on it. It says, you know how to get here. I'm looking, yeah, I got an idea where that is, sir. So it was on the way back to my school. So I pull up, there's a big building, still there in Pittsburgh, and out in front was a big white limo, stretch limo, like 4 doors on each side, right? So we're walking past this limo, we go in, and it is a huge music store in Pittsburgh. Drum kits, guitars, amplifiers, everything. He walks right up and he hands this guy another piece of paper, and he had already made contact with this company. And they say, oh yeah, we have this for you, Mr. Lee. So they come out and he gets a big box, huge box. He purchases it, turns around, gives it to me. He said, put this in the car. So we're walking out. I didn't realize what it was, but it was a big, beautiful gong that he wanted me to have, because he made, you can't have, you're a master, you can't have a little and today, you know, Chief Master, where that hangs. That hangs in my office with the mallet, a huge mallet. That hangs in my office with his picture near it. And we use that for every one of my black belt testings. We go. And so when the black belts are all introduced, I use one of our MAC students, and they'll bang it, and everybody clouds and a group for the first, second, third at least. And just monumental for me to bring back that memory. But then as I was leaving, the guy said something to me about this gentleman. I said, well, he's my instructor. And I said, who was in that limo that just left? And he said, oh, that was Phil Collins and his band. Tomorrow night. And he said he actually bought 3 gongs. And I was like, and he said he bought all new spine, drum kits and all that kind of stuff. So it was pretty special. And these are little things that I remember. I have so many stories about such a great man. He actually became my second father, really. My dad was very much in sports all my whole life, but not in his sports. He was a football guy, as Chief Master knows. But he always trusted Grand Master, always had fun with him. Your parents came to my family home in Ford City where I grew up, and they, it's all family. It's what we do. And that's what we're doing right now, right? We're sharing a meal together. And remember, everything that we do in this organization is to build relationships, create new ones, and foster the ones we have and make them stronger. Can you do that for us? Yes, sir. If you do that, I promise you, we'll have a lot more of these on the wall.
Yes, sir.
It's right for this organization. Why? Because we're progressive and we're proactive. We have a council, Master's Council, that work diligently on your behalf all the time. And I've been blessed to be part of that for so many years. And I'm an advisor right now. I don't have the same role, but I trust that council. We have to. They're doing a great job, okay?
Sir.
Yes, so, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Have a good time this week, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
When I say now, clap twice. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Now. Just wanted to wake you up. I want to introduce you to my wife, right over here. Now. I have a quick story for you, but mine is, I think we all do, very unique in this aspect. I went to college to become a pastor. And I did martial arts before that, by the way. But I knew, I was told somewhere in that process, as a Christian, you can't do martial arts. There's something weird about it. And I kind of thought, okay, I'm going to go to a weird Bible college. And I'm not sure that's how it's going to go, but I'm going to try. So I arrived at Baptist Bible College in Springfield, Missouri. The first day, I met another martial artist. I thought they must have a lot of weird. And we kind of got together, and we talked, and he said, did you know at the school, they're kind of going to have a martial arts school? I said, here at Baptist Bible College? Are you on drugs or anything like that? No, I just did what I heard. And he did, like the same thing. Wow. So we went, my first day of classes at Baptist Bible College was Taekwondo.
Wow.
Now, what are the chances of that? I don't know. But I do know this. Over the first year of being there, because they really didn't know what they were doing too much about it, I get a phone call from a Korean. His name was H.U. Lee. And I thought, oh my gosh, they have Koreans here too. It was just called some past history. He knew he was called about the possibility of something down here. And so he called me and introduced himself to me. And he said, I want you to be my student. And I'm going to build you into something that is going to be unrecognizable in a sense with the American Taekwondo Association. Now go figure, I go to do Bible college work and I'm going to come back doing martial arts. I wonder how that's going to go with mom and dad and the pastor that I came from. But that's exactly what happened.
So when I went to Bible college and I finally met H.U. Lee, it was incredible. And so now today, my wife will tell you this, when I meet anybody, they will ask me, what do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm a pastor, and I do martial arts. And at that moment, I can see their eyes just kind of turn.
Yeah.
And then I say, well, let me tell you, I know you're thinking right now, am I going to be loved by him, or is he going to knock me out? And both of them came true. Because at Bible college, I started our ATA club there. And what was kind of neat about that is that I began a relationship with H.U. Lee. And because the next phone call I got from him was this. It was about a year later. He said, Tony, it's your birthday. I want to say happy birthday to you. I thought, what? They don't even do this as a pastor here. Which was really unique for me. And so it kind of grew from there, in a sense that I met people in the ATA. Some of them are here today. When I'm trying to say this, I'm going to shorten this to this. Right now, where you're at is one of the most unique places in the world.
Amen.
And some of you think, no, that can't be true. It's in the world.
Yeah.
You've got history here. You have people of history here that have been with this martial arts for a long time. And guess what? They were all impacted by H.U. Lee.
That's right.
And he has changed our lives in many different aspects. Now, since I went to where?
Baptist Bible.
Okay, very good, Steve, very good. I'm not asking you to clap for that or anything like that. Over a period of time, I'll shorten this part, is that in our association now, and you guys know this, for Worlds we go Friday, Saturday, and
Sunday.
who was working on Sunday? So I remember after building a relationship with Pastor H.U. Lee, I said, sir, I love you, I love what I'm doing, but you know, I said, and he said, you pastor, I know. I said, I can't come on Sunday. And I could say, this is what H.U. Lee did. He just kind of stepped forward. Let's talk later about this. Would you think about it? He's talking to me. Would you think about it? I said, yeah, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. So I went back, and I started writing down some things that I thought about. And I thought, you know what? I wonder if we could do a service at Worlds on Sunday. Do Christians do that? Apparently.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So he called me the next day. He said, Tony, I sent him a letter. He said, I saw your letter, and the answer is yes.
Wow.
I want to do that with you. You have to lead it. I said, okay, and this is my end in on this. I will provide the room every Worlds we do. Wow. I've been doing it for 40 years.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
And Grandmaster came to my first, second, and third service
Wow.
of 3 years. He came, which was amazing. And so I grew as a Christian. I grew in martial arts. It is the strangest relationship in the world. So let me finish with this thought for you now. You see where we're going. And this is my thought.
That was good.
History is being made by you now. When I was 18 years old, I started my relationship with God. I started my relationship with ATA, H.U. Lee. Amazing. It's been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
Right now, you have opportunities. You have opportunities to create history know it. And think about it, there's some people you need to talk to before you leave here to enforce that and realize how great a place this really is.
Yeah.
This is the best martial arts in the world.
That's right.
And if you continue to do it, if you talk to me personally when I'm here, I'll do one-on-ones with you, and I'll tell you the history that's behind the scenes of my relationship with H.U. Lee, with his family, with what we've all gone through, and give you a kind of running start to build history for yourself. You need that. And you know what? You need to share it in your life when you get my age. Because it is an amazing journey if you take the time to be a part of it for people. You have to be personal. You have to be willing to go to the masters here and take time and introduce yourself one-on-one and have an interesting discussion with them. It will change your life. It will change their life too, by the way. And you will be a changed person for history. That's cool. That's really cool. So don't lose out on that. And I hope to see you before I leave on a one-on-one with you. And I'll give you a little input on some stuff. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We're so honored.
I want to wrap it up with this. I'm going to give you some homework. But it's good homework. I want you all to look up from Eternal Grandmaster, the second gentleman to the right. Does everybody know who that is?
Yes, sir.
Grandmaster Richard Reed.
Yes, sir.
And he told a story back in 2001. That was the year after 2000. Right, by the way, that's how that works. Thank you, Grandmaster. I'm going to steal that one. By the way, who started in ATA before the year 2000? And who started in the ATA after the year 2000? 2000 and on. Okay, thank you very much. So it was interesting because in 2001, the year after Eternal Grandmaster passed away, he was up on stage and they were doing a tribute to my father. And he actually made a speech and he said, Eternal Grandmaster had just passed, and anybody that's ever been in the ATA, we all knew him. Everybody knew him. And they had a very close relationship, especially the seniors. And it was a scary time, very scary. You know, they said the ATA is not going to survive this. That's what they said. And we all remember that, right?
Yes,
That it just won't. That's it. You know, hang up your belts and your hat. It's over. And Grandmaster Reed, he was just earned his 8th degree that year, and he goes on stage and he says, you know, he was very sad. They were very close friends. If you don't recognize him on the legacy wall right there, that's him. The very first ATA demo. They're bowing to each other, and that image itself was shown on the screen. And he froze that first demo video, and he invited everyone to stand up and bow one final time together to say goodbye. And he said something that really resonated with me. It didn't make any sense at that moment, but he said, you know, it could be like 10 years from now, you're going to start to have masters 20 years from now that have never met Eternal Grandmaster. They will never have shaken his hand before. And it's up to you, who's speaking to the audience, it's up to you to make sure and keep that message going. Keep that spirit of Salam Taekwondo and ATA alive. And the idea of today not possible, tomorrow possible. And that was impossible for me to even fathom, because that was just our reality, that he was, you know, oh, we all know him. And, but today, for those of you that raised your hands, perhaps you never really got to meet him, or knew him like the way he was when he was alive. I say all of that because we're here celebrating the 25th Living Legacy years, because in my mind, he's still alive, and he lives within all of you. So first of all, I want to thank you for that, and thank you for being here to celebrate this. This year is a very special year. And this is where the homework is, okay? And this is going to be easy for the 2000s and beyond, and maybe challenging for the 2000s and prior. But I would like for you to think of the stories that we heard today are inspirational. I could listen to that all day long. I know we listen to it at campfires all the time. But to really honor Eternal Grand Master's vision, I would like to challenge you to think from 2000 to 2025, to this year, what has been the most significant thing that ATA has accomplished, whether it's for yourself on a personal level, or for the world, or for the ATA as an organization as a whole. And I would like for you to think about that this evening, and then tomorrow, when we have this discussion again, and really try to push it in between those two bookmarks, 2000 to 2025. A lot's happened in that time period, and for those who have been here for previous to that, it's kind of hard because they all kind of go together like this. But a lot of crazy stuff has happened since then, like this thing called Max Martial Arts, Extreme Martial Arts. Whoa. You remember the time before Extreme Martial Arts? We're like, what the heck is this? But today it is what it is, right? Or being in the university, Solheim University. Grandmaster MK worked so hard with Grandmaster HUV to work that over and over and over, and it never happened until just like 3 or 4 years ago. And we have a graduate right here. In this room. For me, it's just having my first-born daughter earn her black belt during the pandemic. That was a very personal victory for me. My wife just earned her second degree too. Now I can just spar her up. But I would like to hear that from you in your stories. And whether you do a video here, share it with the world on social media, or maybe have Miss Burris, I know she's always on social media doing stuff, but we would like to share that. And I would like to hear that from especially the young folks. We want to hear your perspective, because you're going to be standing here 20 years from now, and we're going to be cheering you on, because it's up to you to carry this on, carry this forward. So your voice is very important. We would love to hear I would love to hear your perspective, but I know that as Grandmaster Isaac said, that you can change even the seniors' lives too. That's important for us. So please do think about that. And for the seniors, try really hard to put those bookmarks on. And we'd like to do that and share those stories throughout the weekend. If you're coming to the dinner, we're going to have a section where we're going to do that as well on Saturday night. We're not going to be able to hear everybody, but if you can share it, maybe on social media, on video, we would like to keep that story going and be able to honor today not possible, tomorrow possible, because they all thought it was impossible, but here we are, and it's been 25 years, and it's just the beginning. All right? So thank you very much.
Are we in the camp shirt tomorrow? Camp shirts tomorrow, all day. We're not going to wear no box. So there's a camp shirt all day tomorrow. We can share some stories during lunch tomorrow as well. We start first thing. Senior Master Lee's got a great presentation for us to start at 8:30. So if you're here at 8:30, you're late. So let's make sure that you're here before that. You can leave your gear bags if you make sure everything is nice and neat and tucked away and all that kind of stuff. You can leave gear here. We lock up. It's got security, all that good stuff. After Master Von Tonner and I rummage through and pick out the stuff that we want, we'll leave the rest behind. Tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., if you're feeling spunky, Mr. Bonner over here is going to be every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 6 a.m. We have a kickboxing class. So we do striking, we do partner drills, we do some exercises, that kind of stuff. We have some extra shin guards and things like that. It's a great class. Many of the staff members here at headquarters, Janetta, Estelle, you guys know who I'm talking about, they're there every Tuesday and Thursday. So we would love to have you join. Mr. Bonner would love to have you there. So just wear some workout clothes. We do have a shower here so you can freshen up so that we don't smell you the rest of the day. I think that's about it. Other than that, just make sure you can help the staff out by making sure that everything gets in the trash, everything gets put up. We'll leave the tables and chairs here because we'll be ready for lunch tomorrow. And you don't have to go back to your hotel room or your Airbnb or wherever you're staying. Let's stay here. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, and then Master Hoffman's got something. I don't know, he's got some cupcakes and everything there.
It's Master Von Tondra's birthday.
All right, on the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Happy birthday to you. Can I have some of that? Thanks, everybody. Some of you traveled today, so I'm sure it's quite a long day. So I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Ready to go? Guys are dismissed.